Your wife's calling you out on stream.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting matchup here in round 2 of the Swiss phase of the Legend of Zelda 80% No FA tournament. Great matchup here between a couple of 1-0 competitors, Amo22 and Darkwing Duck. This is Liquid Husband, joined on commentary by none other than Redbird Grad. Redbird Grad, great to have you with you.
Yeah, you as well, sir. How's your night going, man?
Oh, it's going fantastic. The start of a back-to-back-to-back marathon of Zelda 1 races here on JSR's channel. I hope everyone stays for all of them. I know you will be.
Yeah, I definitely will, because my race is here in about an hour, so this should be a good one, though. I could not miss this one. We got two of the more consistent runners that we have right now in the 1-0 bracket, Darkwing Duck and Amo. Darkwing, I mean, needs no introduction. Posted a 30:08 as a race time in the first race in the first round, and his PB, of course, is 29:01, so within a minute of his PB. But Amo as well, his PB is 32:56 and put up a 34:24, so within a minute and a half. So that was just fantastic by both of them.
Yeah, both of them had a very, very strong first round, and I mean, their race times in the first round within 4.5 minutes of each other. Like I always said in this tournament, now that's just a death in 9 away from anything happening.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get people that are running this close together, it's not a 10-minute gap, something like that. 3, 4, 5 minutes. You're absolutely right. One death, and you could see it flip the other way.
And looks like we may set a new record for almost starting on time with this race, as I believe we're getting very close to starting this thing.
That's because our restreamer JSR does not mess around. So JSR, thank you, sir.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right?
That's exactly right.
We can just get Darkwing out of the HUD. We'll be good.
Hey, Darkwing is doing Darkwing things, so let him do whatever he wants, man.
Swordless in the HUD, might I add.
That's right?
I think that's your next. Category for your completionist style, right?
Swordless HUD clipping? Yeah, sure. I think I can handle that.
All right. Both our runners are alleging to be ready, and I believe we are seconds away from the race starting. That thing.
Yeah, and the cool thing is here, we're going to have two runners, I believe, on the same route. So this is going to be kind of cool all the way through. We're not going to have to wait for the routes to converge or anything like that. You're going to see both these guys going 3 first.
Yep. Amo does say his splits say 80% blue candle. So I'm a little confused by that. A 3 first blue candle route would be something I'm not used to.
Yeah, 3 first actually usually does grab the blue candle. It's very rare for it to grab the red candle. You get $60 before you head into level 5, grab the blue candle, and go. So Darkwing will be on the same route.
Okay. I'm thinking blue ring in my head right now, so that's probably what the issue is.
Yep, no worries. So we are off, and yeah, it's the exact same world record route you're used to.
I would say, yes, every run, just about, that's 3 first is the blue candle. Okay. So both guys getting in level 3 at about the same time. Man, some clean overworld movement to start this, and some of these levels, especially as long as things are going well, it's just following a script, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we do see a early bomb on Darkwing's side. This first room here can produce your global is 1, so you can produce an early bomb, and they both actually get it. So that's fantastic for both of them. Great start right away.
Yeah, unfortunately for Amo, he kind of had to duck and dive around in order to get his, but minor setback. This early in the race, nothing is insurmountable, especially not a few seconds here and there. But they will start to add up.
Nope, not at all. And Darkwing does get a bomb here on a global there, and produces a bomb here on his 10 count. So he's got 8 bombs heading down to the raft. So he is right on schedule right now. And it looks like we're going to have Amo doing about the same thing. He's got 4 heading down here.
Yep, he had a bit of a misstep with the bomb. Because, Dark Nuts, they can certainly do you wrong, although he gets the double bomb drop before the raft. So resource-wise, Amo in a pretty good spot. He's got 1 extra rupee and just as many bombs.
Yeah, absolutely. He will tell you that he planned that. He got both bombs at the same time on purpose. So you do see Darkwing there opening the bomb hole, killing both those guys, and getting the static bomb drop. So he has got 8 bombs heading into the true early first boss of the game, the scariest boss, Manhandla.
Right. So many runs die at Manhandla or Gleeok when you're doing reset runs. You don't realize in this race just how often things can go wrong here.
Yeah, but Darkwing showing you why he's Darkwing. Take us out with 1 bomb, no problems for him. He is sub 225. He's a 218 here coming out of level 3. That's fantastic. Same thing on Amo's side. A little bit later, he's a 229 here, but that's a great start for both.
Yeah, very clean with the manhandle on Amo's side. Darkwing looked like he may have paid that manhandle off to turn into it at the last second, but hey, I didn't realize he was a Patriots fan.
Hey, if you're in a race, you'd slip him a 22, man, for sure.
Of course.
So the best thing you can see for 2 runners going on this 3 first world record route is level 3 and level 4 treating in kind. So you have a fair race. A lot of times level 3 and level 4, because Manhandle is such a risky opponent right away just because of the RNG factor and he can get away from you. Some races get away from them like right before it starts. Level 3 and level 4 right now are treating them kind. They had a great Manhandle. They're in level 4, good counts, good bombs. This is going to be a race. This is great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're looking at probably Darkwing's about 3 screens ahead at this point, and like you said, neither got a better or worse or less fair treatment so far in any of the dungeons. You hate to see that random element come in early and really discourage a runner who's putting up a good fight. Both these guys basically getting everything that they deserve so far in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Darkwing does his strat. What he usually does is he puts a 9 count up in that NSU room, and then the first bomb here on the gel there gives him the Zal gives him a bomb, produces a bomb on the 10. So Darkwing's doing his own strat. Everything's working perfectly so far. He's at 12 and 4. So he is, like I said, on schedule here. So this is good to see.
Yeah, Rupees, he's good. He probably had to use a few more bombs than he would have liked to in that room. Didn't get them to cluster together the way he would like and get like Amo did there. I mean, he didn't get the bomb drop off of that one, but he did get 3 enemies to take a hit from 1 bomb, and that's good resource management in itself.
Yeah, and if you look at this, they're both at 12 and 4 and 12 and 5. So as far as rupee wise and bomb wise, they're both pretty much in the same resources. So now it's just going to be how efficiently can they get out of 4 and how do they handle Gleeok?
Yeah. And right now Darkwing has the advantage there. I forget that that's a bomb wall in that dark room, but him having Beam Sword here could give him an advantage at a more efficient Gleeok fight.
Yeah, you can kind of stay at arm's length of Gleeok when you've got that Beam Sword. He'll get up into him, though. He likes to fight him pretty close. But you absolutely can. You can be a little safer in a race if you've got that Beam Sword.
Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't say it's quicker to do it with Beam Sword. It's probably actually quicker to do it without, but if we're talking safety, being able to fire from a distance is always an advantage.
Yeah, you see Darkwing even using the blade of his sword right there. He's not really using beams. He can if he wants to, but Darkwing likes to get up close and personal and take him out as quick as possible.
Yeah, and he does take 1 hit. That's a pretty efficient Gleeok fight. Now Amo has beams as well after a very good bomb of Elvire. Darkwing out of level 4 at 5 minutes 22 seconds. Let's see what the difference is on Amo's split if he can take care of Gleeok here.
Yeah, what I'm impressed about by both runners, Darkwing's sitting at 26 rupees. He's only got 1 bomb, but Amo's at 22 and 6, which is just fantastic resource-wise. Darkwing's gonna have to force here. He knows it. He's gonna be forcing a bomb here before he gets into 1. You've got 1 bomb wall you got to take care of, but he can just primarily focus on bombs. You need $4 before you get to the candle, and that should be no problem at all.
Yeah. Not very many times in a speedrun are you seeing guys going into level 1 with 26 rupees.
No, not at all. Yeah, absolutely. That means something's going right. I mean, a lot of times when you don't have that, if you have like 12, 13, you're taking bops in 3 and 4, which is preventing your 5 rupee count. That's the issue, and you're not seeing that from these two. So these two are running a very clean race right now.
Yeah, it's really nice to see.
Yeah, so you saw Darkwing force that bomb there, and now he grabs the key. He's going to go north, get his bow, and I tell you what, Amo is holding his own. He is right behind him. For somebody that's got a PB that's 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes, worse than Darkwing's or behind Darkwing's. He is just almost screen for screen with them. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, Darkwing is just a smidgen below that magical sub 29 number for his PB. Although his splits have changed now, he's running some different splits on his screen that I'm seeing. It shows his time as 29:46. We know that to not be his best time he's ever put up.
Yeah, he's only 6.5 behind that split, but like you said, his PB is 29:01, not the 29:46 we're seeing on the screen. So we're not really sure exactly where he's at on his splits or anything like that. But all I know is he's having a heck of a run so far.
Oh yeah, very very clean race run, on both sides. Honestly, like I feel like we're repeating ourselves, but it's really been impressive so far that there's been very little difference in these two runs. Amo over there's got 34 rubies and 8 bombs, and he's still got room left in one. I mean, he's probably not going to kill any more enemies other than Aquaminus, but
and Darkwing forcing off Aquaminus is just fantastic right there. I mean, you're sitting at 28-1. You're sitting there like, okay, I kind of need some bombs before 5, and he's like, I'll just do it on Aquaminus. That's awesome.
Yeah, really, really great job. You know, you're seeing a very skilled and experienced runner of this game when they're forcing bomb drops off of the boss.
Yeah, the cool thing is Darkwing kind of taught us all the game, right? He's kind of that you don't want to say the grandpa or anything like that, but the guy who knew all the lore in town before everybody else got there. Yeah. This is the guy that we learned from. So to watch him put everything that you've learned into action is really cool.
Yeah, and I was gonna say he was really teaching you everything you knew by not scrolling through the desert, but he did eventually. He just didn't do it on the first screen. But yeah, I think the better term we might want to use for him is the godfather of this speedrun.
Yeah, it's not the grandpa. I was looking for the right word, but you caught it for me for sure. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I stole that from somebody at some point in time.
But I tell you what, you saw him walking the desert, right? And you know somebody else that walks the desert. So I am just following in this guy's footsteps.
That's what I was saying. Both runners walked across the first desert screen and then scrolled across the others. Something in the sand.
He did it because he's playing. I did it out of necessity because I can't scroll for.
Just use your sword. Okay.
All right, so Darkwing's in an unfortunate situation right now. The 5er that he planned on actually got stuck in the rock, so he needs to get 2 more. He is luckily, I believe, in some globals here where you should get a couple dollars here. Again, in the rock, so he's going to have to go out. Now he's got to kind of deviate from his plan. He's at 59, so he's got to find a rupee here, unfortunately. Just that 5er that he had planned on, he had set up. The guy that he killed was the Octo he killed was in the rock, so there's another 5er for him. He's going to go back, but that sets him off his path just a little bit.
Yep, oh yeah, he did. Yeah, like I said, he did get that 5 rupee, but here's Amo's chance. He's gonna walk in and get the blue candle. He's gonna be the first to get the blue candle, sometimes called the first split of the game that matters. And he did it in under 10 minutes, which is a fantastic time.
Yeah, that's your first benchmark, right? That $60 and being able to get that blue candle. So Amo getting that first. I don't think if he told Amo before he's going to get, before this started that he's going to get the blue candle before Darkwing, he would have signed up for that. But man, right now he's if he was watching this, he'd be feeling really good.
Yeah, I mean, he did. That was a gold entrance to level 5 for him. He is 5.5 seconds ahead of his splits right now. That is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. This Fort Gibdo, unfortunately, the bomb holder went right on him, which took a little time. And so now you see Darkwing kind of pull even with him. Let's see who has a better recorder room. But yeah, Amo's killing it right now.
Yep. This isn't necessarily a split like the blue candle might be for some people, but this recorder room is perhaps the most critical room in the first 75% of this run.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see Amo coming in here with 7 bombs. Darkwing only had 5 coming in here. Let's see if he's able to force. He does force, doesn't have to menu, so he has a pretty efficient recorder room right now. Is going to take them out, probably sword this guy down and stay at 2 bombs here. Amo now has 4 left. Now he's forced as well. He's cleared the last 2. They're going to push the block at the same time. They are getting the recorder on the same screen right now. This is awesome.
Oh, good night. So it's looking like, just looking at their timers, recorder at 11:26 for Amo, 11:28 for Darkwing. Although those timers are one thing. Whether or not they both started at the exact same time, I can't tell you.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the rest of 5 is pretty scripted, right? So they're going to kill the same Gibdos coming out of here. They're going to walk north at the same time. So I won't be surprised if we're ending level 5 within 5-6 seconds of each other.
Yeah, we'll see how Dig Dogger acts. And did Darkwing get the Gibdo bomb earlier? Or is it
Yeah, they both got it on the way through.
Okay.
So they're both going to have a 2 and 4 here. I don't think Darkwing's going to use a bomb here. I think he'll use both on Dig Dogger. No, he is going to make it a little quicker by using the bomb there. Amo now is going to try to sword these guys down, even though he's got 4 bombs. Does use the candle strats here. Takes him out a little quicker and is able to get to the door. So Darkwing does pull ahead by using a bomb here. He's going to use the 1 bomb strat on Dig Dogger.
Yeah, I was a little worried there for Amo as the Gibdo did not quite line up the way he would want to. But like I said, the rest of this is just trying to walk cleanly on your way to Dig Dogger.
Yeah, it's really bad when they split, right? Because you can't really sword both of them at the same time, so you're kind of having to waste time, do 7 sword swings to both of them, or 8 or whatever it is. But yeah, they did line up correctly for Darkwing. He was able to use that bomb and cut that time in half.
There's a question in chat, are either of these racers watching the other? I think so, because I know Darkwing asked for Amo's stream URL in the race room earlier. So that leads me to believe
Darkwing's got to watch out here. Oh my gosh, he takes the death to Dig Dogger. He did the 1 bomb strat, and unfortunately Dig Dogger does 2 hearts of damage and was able to bop him twice. So now he's going to have to go back through here with no bombs. He's going to have to either try to generate bombs or do this with just the candle strats. Amo was able to get a clean Dig Dogger, so he does have a little bit of a lead right now.
He does have quite the lead. I mean, fortunately for Darkwing, he doesn't have to go to get the recorder. He does get a bomb off the very first Gibdo that he kills, which is fortunate for him. And
Darkwing going to load up right now. He's not really happy. I guarantee it. Yeah. Drops that bomb, kills the Dodongo, smoking him out. So he's got 7 coming up here. But yeah, that's a pretty big setback for him.
That is huge. As you know, like I said, Amo's already picking up the 100 secret on his way across the world back to level 2 at this point. Doing the biggest overworld walk that you'll see the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you're going to have one of those races, right, to beat a Darkwing Duck. And I tell you what, Amo's having that because coming out of 5, you were talking about his splits earlier. He's still 4.8 seconds ahead of his splits. It wasn't gold or anything, but he is ahead of his PB coming out of 5 right now. So Amo's running a really good race.
Yeah, and I'm going to give him a little extra credit, too, because he split about 1.5 seconds after he picked up the Triforce.
He might have been looking over his screen, you know, one of those things where if you got the other racer up, you're watching that, and you're like, oh my god, what's going on here?
Yeah, I said, holy crap, Darkwing just died to Dig Dogger. What's going on? I'm winning this race right now.
So now you're going to see, you know, one of the top Z1 racers in the world try to chase somebody down who's very good in their own right. Amo's got a good time. I mean, he's going to have to chase him down, though, and Darkwing has the skill to do it. And you're going to be able to see the efficiency of rooms, the efficiency of combat. Can he chase him down? That's where this race is at right now.
Oh, yeah, and that was a thrill last night, I guess it was, in the race between Fred and Panzer Dave. Fred trying to chase Dave down in the back half of the run was just absolutely fantastic to watch. Almost did it, didn't quite make it, but we'll see if Darkwing can have better luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody coming from behind like that is way more exciting than somebody extending their lead. So this race is going to get really hyped really fast here. All right, so now we do see Amo going through 2. 2 is kind of one of those, it's not hard at all because you're overpowered when you walk into it. All you do in 2 when you're speedrunning this game is lose time. You don't ever make time up until you lose time. So let's see how fast he can do it. He does get a pack of bombs there. He's got 7 bombs, which is going to be good for both the Gibdo room and the Moldorm there, or the Lamola. So we'll see how he does the rest of 2 here.
It's Moldorm, you got it right.
It's whichever one, I don't care, just kill him.
I care because Lamola is an abomination and that only exists in level 9 and the randomizer. But gets the bomb drop off the Moldorm the easy way.
Yeah, having bombs is such a luxury there, especially if you have more than 4 and you can drop a couple there and then still have enough that you're going to be able to use up here in the Gibdo room.
Speaking about luxury, the 151 rupees that he has keeps him from having to chase down whatever the ropes are dropping him. What a great Guerrilla room for him. I mean, they just sat in front of those bombs for him like that was a script.
Yeah, so the magic number there is 140, right? Because he's going to need to spend $140. So in his mind, he's like, okay, I have 11 arrows for level 7. Is that enough? And anything more than 8 or 9 is what I've been told is what you want to have. So having 11 he's right on schedule. He's right on what he wants to do.
Yep, you need 1 for Ganon, 1 for Goma, and everything else is gravy. And speaking of gravy, almost 18 seconds ahead right now of his PB.
Yeah, that was a gold 2 for him, guys. I mean, that was a really good 2. We knew that, but for him, that was a gold 2. Amo is having a race right now.
Yeah, that thing you said about nobody ever gaining time in level 2, I totally agree with you. It is the easiest hard level that has ever existed. But he did a fantastic job with it, and looks like Darkwing's he's having a good 2. He's just not having the fantastic 2 that Amo had, as he gets the lagless open of the shop for the meat.
Yep, very nice. And Darkwing did have, like you said, he had a pretty good 2. He had a plethora of bombs there, so he was able to be spoiled there at the end of it. Use those, not have to sort any of those Gurias down. So he is, like I said, he's trying to chase him down now. He's going to flute over, do some shopping as well. So he's still within a level of where Amo is. He's got to have Amo slow down, and Amo wants none of it right now. Amo is flying.
Yep, and we're about to see just how much practice Amo has put into this, because level 7 is one of those ones that if you know how to work it, it's not a problem. If you're winging it like me, it's a run killer.
Yeah, level 7, I always call it scripted, right? There's ways that you walk, and there's ways that you stop it. Like he just did. He knew that boomerang was coming, so he stopped there on that 3rd tile from the top, waited for the boomerang to come, and then went ahead and kept going. And that keeps your hearts higher, which 1 helps your refill at the end, so it helps take time off the end of your time level on the level, and 2, it keeps you alive so you just don't die. Now he's got Beam Sword for the rest of 7 through the river room, and that's really, really good.
What a fantastic river room. He used just the right number of arrows in there. And he did get dig-dogged a little bit, but that's alright. He doesn't have a ton more enemies he has to kill in this dungeon, so...
No, he doesn't, and having 2 is good, because if you get to the reverse C and the bubbles are kind of being jerks, you can pull out the arrows and take care of the wall masters that way, so you want to have 2 or 3 rupees coming out of here.
Yeah, definitely. And minimizes his issues with the map room, takes no damage, just got bubbled. Almost got a clean walk through that first Korea room.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get a clean one through. I mean, there's a couple guys you got to look at, and he's sitting here. I think he's farming hearts, and he does get a fairy, I believe, that dropped because he just almost filled back up to beams. So we do see Darkwing using both arrow and sword strats. So 2 arrows and a sword takes care of these guys. He's going to leave here. This is perfect.
Oh man, Amo just weaving through that other blue Korea room. No touch whatsoever.
Yeah, he's in a position right now, too, where he can just put a hole in a wall and just keep walking. He doesn't need any resources, doesn't need hearts, doesn't need anything. He's just going right now.
Speaking of just going, so is Darkwing, although I know he couldn't be pleased with the fact that his splits for 7 were already showing up as being plus by the time he walked in.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling at all. I mean, that's one where you reset it normally, right? But it's a race situation. You got to keep going.
Yep, and Amo getting he kept that 1 bubble from spawning, which always helps in the Wallmaster room.
Absolutely. This is a really good 7 for Amo again. I mean, I think he's going to put a little more distance on his PB here.
He may be putting more distance on his PB, but I'm not sure that he's putting any more distance on Darkwing, who does not have to be on PB pace to catch up.
Note to chat, Amo is 31.6 seconds ahead of his PB at the end of level 7.
Good night.
I hope he's running blind, because you never want to look over and see that.
No, right? It's okay to be looking at Darkwing, but you don't want to see that kind of time you're putting up in a race.
All right, this is good. Both the important rooms in 7 were kind of the runners. The bubble stayed away from both of them, so they didn't have to pull out arrows, didn't have to menu, anything like that. This is going to be a race. Now, 6 is another one of those levels that who can be more efficient clearing out the breakfast rooms, right? And usually the better runners, the sub-30 runners and stuff of Darkwing's nature can handle those. Let's see if Amo can handle himself as well.
Yeah. Just a little bit of an unknown there. I mean, his time indicates to me, and the fact that he put up a good time in a race in the first round and that he won his first race indicates to me that he has the ability to do it. it's just an unknown to me when compared with Darkwing.
Yeah, Amo is 1 minute and 3 seconds from the end of level 7 ahead of Darkwing right now. So he's got to make up an entire minute still here in the end of it.
Ooh, and he gets a bomb drop across the room in the Wizrobe boss room. So that will certainly help. But the real key here is to try to keep beams through this through the belfry.
It takes a small bop. It was pretty efficient, pretty clean there, except for that one small bop. Didn't have to chase Keys too far, just up into the northwest. So this is the room right here that if that bubble stays away, you could be very fast. But it looks like it's coming for him.
Well, he at least he got rid of the 2 blue Wizrobes and can now just kind of chase the rest of the enemies across the room.
Yeah, he'll tell you that was a pretty average one. Health-wise, that was really good above average, but as far as speed-wise, that was kind of an average one. He did have to do a little ring around the rosy there, around the blocks, looking for those guys, but like I said, he maintained his health, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, you want to make sure you've got enough health to survive through the magical brunch, which you will be seeing after these fires.
Does get a clock, which is kind of unfortunate, because that guy was stuck almost up in the HUD.
Yeah. But, no drop there. Oh, and Darkwing did not get a drop from any of the Wizrobes.
He does take a bubble here, too, which makes this room a little bit tougher just because those blues get a chance to spread out a little bit. Is able to corral these likes there and does not take that second bubble bop. So Amo is now out of the second important room. Good health, good bombs. He is on his way to level 8.
This is serious here.
But Darkwing here taking care of this first room, keeping beams, and the most important thing is to keep beams for the second breakfast room, because if you have beams in the second one, it can absolutely fly. So let's see if Darkwing just manhandles the second breakfast room here.
Yeah, continuing to not get any drops, but he did take care of it very quickly, whereas Amo's getting drops, but it's going slower for him.
Yeah, Darkwing
pay off.
He does need 1 pack of bombs here. I mean, hopefully he gets those here from these guys. Because he didn't get hit, he got that 10 rupees, so it took away 1 chance possibly. Let's see if he gets some bombs here.
Yeah. He gets the 5 rupees.
He's going to chase those down, I guarantee it, because he needs those so bad.
Oh yeah, he did get it finally in the breakfast room, but meanwhile, Amo is out of level 6. Not the best level 6 he's ever had. He lost about 10 or 11 seconds off of his pace, but at this point, he is in maintenance mode.
Yeah, absolutely right now. So all he's got to do is kind of clean up, make this clean, and he can win this race. I don't know if he knows it. I don't know if he's watching Darkwings, but we'll know that by if he goes to get a potion, if he goes to get his safeties. I don't think you would. Against a Darkwing, you just kind of have to go for it, right? But we'll see.
Yeah. Looks like Darkwing is going to have made up about 25 seconds here.
Yeah, he's 45 seconds behind right now, according to the end of 6.
Yeah, and I think he was about 1:10 or thereabouts out of 7. So...
Yeah, so you see the best runners in the world just have really efficient 6s. They have efficient 8s, those types of things. We see a little bit of some problems in combat here for Amo. Not as far as losing health, but just kind of losing time here in this first Blue Lagoon. The Blue Lagoon 1 soaks up a lot of time. Blue Lagoon 2 soaks up a lot of health. So we'll see how Darkwing handles it, but that was kind of a slower one for Amo right there.
Because he did get the lucky fairy, and I don't mean lucky in the sense that it wasn't planned or not a forced drop or anything, but very lucky for him in his situation to kind of refill his health before he heads into Lagoon 2.
Yeah, you see all the close, cramped combat around the 2 statues? You get a lot of that. Now, if you get in the corner, sometimes it's going to take a little bit because you're chasing to the other corners. If you try to stick around the middle, which is the fastest, you're going to lose some health. So it's kind of pick your poison in this Blue Lagoon 2. You see him kind of chasing and doing the corner strategy, which is going to keep you alive longer. It just takes a little longer to get out of this Blue Lagoon 2.
Yeah, he got a fair amount of health drops, but also took a fair amount of bops.
As Darkwing is keeping beams through 8. Darkwing is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh gosh. That movement by Darkwing is just absurd. Catching up little by little. He's using bombs in the lagoon. All sorts of things.
Hey, if he knows he's behind because he's watching the other guy, you're going to do that as quick as possible, and you're like, I'll worry about my bombs later, right?
And gets all the health drops in Lagoon 2. For good measure.
All right, Amo's going to lose a little more time on his PB split here. He's going to be about 12 seconds ahead when he grabs his Triforce. Yeah, 11.3. Darkwing is a Gleeok behind him now, so can he chase him down in 9 and on the way to 9? Guys, we have an absolute barn burner of a race right now. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you give me, I will take Darkwing with a 20 or so second deficit at this point against just about anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I mean, now you can have some dream nines. Like, we've all been there, right? You know, every runner's had that nine where just everything goes well, and that could happen for Amo right here, and he could just keep the lead and go. But yeah, Breton against Darkwing right now with this slim of a lead, I want to call it a slim one now compared to what we've seen before. It's going to be a tough for Amo.
Yep. After the refill, which definitely hurt Amo, we're looking at less than 20 seconds. And a bomb drop for Darkwing on the overworld, of course.
Yeah, he gets everything he needs going into it. So Amo's going to have 5 bombs walking into 9, which is enough. It's not what you want to have, but he's going to have 5 bombs. He's searching for a bomb right there, I think, and working his count a little bit. So he's going to enter at 27:36. Let's see what Darkwing enters at.
All right. Darkwing taking the unfortunate bop to the rocks on the way up, but plenty of chances to get your health back up before the rooms where you really want to have beams at 9.
And he did whistle there instead of bomb, so he had to take a couple seconds on that screen. That's why you saw the pause there. He accidentally whistled instead of the bomb, so looks like we're about 20 seconds right now from the entrance of level 9s.
Yep. Almost exactly 20 seconds that Amo has over Darkwing, which in level 9, I mean, if both of them go deathless, obviously it's one thing, but one death in 9 means way more than 20 seconds either way.
This is what you want to see, though, right? There are a couple screens from each other. You're in level 9. Neither one has a potion. Neither one has beams right now, so it's who can do this and not cheat with beams. This is going to be a fun level 9 here.
Oh, yeah. It's full clinch mode on both sides. Patra is nice to Amo. He did take a hit from him, but he got the pattern that you want to have there.
Yeah, let's check out this next room from Amo. He does get a pretty good pattern here. He's going to fight these guys from the top. Nope, he's coming down to the bottom. It's a little safer from the bottom, but takes a little longer. He is down on health a little bit now, so that's something important to watch.
Yeah, he took a Wizro beam trying to get out of the way. Took another one. Yeah. Amo... I don't want to say the pressure's getting to him, but the pressure might be getting to him.
Be getting to me. I mean, if I'm watching Darkwing over there and I've got the lead in 9, I'd be crapping my pants right now. You kidding me? Come on now.
Oh, man.
This is Darkwing. I mean, he knows who he's racing against. Like we said, the godfather, grandfather, whatever we're going to say. Darkwing does force a bomb, gets a heart, gets everything he wants to in 9, just like always.
Speaking of forcing bombs, Amo does the same on the Souls. And we are, again, just room-ish apart.
Now, he is getting beat up by this second Patra. Unfortunately, takes the death. When that Patra gets aggressive and goes southeast, you cannot run. There's nowhere. You've got to get down the stairs. It's the only thing you can do. And unfortunately, he takes the death there in 9.
That, unless something happens to Darkwing, we're looking at trouble. Because now, not only is he behind, he only has 3 hearts.
Yeah, you got to come back through here without a potion. 3 hearts. 3 hearts after Silver Arrows is doable, for most people. 3 hearts before Silver Arrows is a tough task for almost everybody.
Man.
That's unfortunate. He had such a good run, and at the entrance to 9, guys, he was still green on his PBs, so this was one of the better runs he's had to have had in his life, so that's unfortunate there.
Yeah, and it hurts because, I mean, we all wanted to see if Darkwing could do it, could make the comeback or not. I mean, not that we were rooting for him, but, we wanted to see if he could make a comeback on him with both guys, storming through 9, deathless.
Hey, he takes another one there. He's down to 1 heart there, and he was trying to get through Patra 1, and he hesitated a little bit, so he let those eyelids, from Patra hit him, unfortunately. So I think now is just kind of one of those things where he's probably bummed and trying to go through the 9, go through the paces, and looking over and seeing when Darkwing's going to finish.
Yeah. Darkwing not quite on the pace that he was on, obviously with the death, the pace that he was on in his first race. Which exactly we were talking before we went live here, just exactly the recipe that Amo needed, and man, for about 29 minutes he was living it.
Absolutely. I mean, but that shows you the kind of runner that Amo is, right? Like, he could do this. We saw he gave him just a little bit, give him a window, and he can absolutely do this. That's the skill that he has. So, GG's to Amo for going through this. Now, Darkwing's not out of it yet. I mean, he could take a couple bops here. He could take a death, that type of thing. But this was exciting, and Amo made it really exciting for us going into 9.
Yep. Darkwing, because he is good, made it through that trap room with the diamond staircase without taking a hit.
Now we say that, but 1.5 hearts coming in here. I mean, that's better than half a heart. You can take one bop from Ganon, or not from Ganon, from a fireball, but Darkwing better have a perfect Ganon here.
Let's see how it goes.
Darkwing gonna finish this thing with half a heart. Please don't die to the fire, Darkwing. Please don't die to the fire, Darkwing.
Oh man, that is not the first nor the last half-heart Ganon kill I'm gonna see in this tournament. He does get the girl, and first place with an official SRL time of 32 minutes 22 seconds. A very, very strong race time.
Yeah, absolutely. So get your GGs out. Chat's already going nuts with GGs for Darkwing. That was a fantastic run. You take a death like that and you come back and put up a 32-22. Most people take that as their PBs. That's insane.
Yeah, no kidding. Certainly not a half-hearted run at all, despite what the
Come on. All right,
like.
stop. No, stop. Seriously? A half-hearted run?
I gotta remember who I'm working with here.
The puns are real, guys.
Redbird's serious business here.
I'm just messing, man. All right, we're going to try to get Darkwing in the booth here for you guys.
At this point, you almost want to ask Amo to go pick up a fairy potion, pick up the fairy at 7, outside of 7, and give this the old college try, because we want to see him finish this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's doing that right now. He's going to 1. He's going to grab the potion. He'll probably, I don't know if he'll fill up with the fairy in the forest or not, or just use one of the potions to start. But
he's going to get the red potion south of 1.
Yeah. So he's going to finish definitely. So this is props to the runners that do this. That don't just drop out, quit at any sign of adversity. They're going to finish it out for the fans, which is great.
Plus, finish it out for that average race time, because he's still. Just because he lost this race, he's still going to be putting up a fantastic time if he can take care of this on this next go-round.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I completely forgot about that. So your times are averaged in the bracket stage, so and it helps break ties to see who can get in a bracket stage. So definitely finishing this out is something he wants to do. I completely forgot about that. Thanks.
Almost makes you wonder. I get the feeling that Darkwing would have run him down, but if he had done this on his way to level 9 in the first place, if he had gone and gotten that potion, and he had used that potion twice and finished level 9, I'm assuming Darkwing catches him in that situation, but the world may never know.
It may never know. I think Darkwing was just on such a tear at the end of 9 there. It would have taken, quite a lead to hold him off. Darkwing played a couple of those rooms perfect. The trap room right before the stairs, that was one of the best patterns, and taking advantage of the best pattern that you can do. He cleared that room very efficiently. He did take a couple bops there to Patra 3, but 1.5 hearts was more than enough for Darkwing there.
Yep. So, and of course, the early enemies he's encountering in level 9 are mostly likes. So he's not getting any drops to help his health situation. So he's still got to make his way past Patra and through the first Wizrobe room, the next room as it's called, or use a potion.
You just said bye, Felicia.
Nice.
We are joined by a Darkwing Duck in the booth. Darkwing, GG, sir.
Oh, that's so loud. Let me turn it down. Oh, that's so loud.
That's what my wife says every night.
Oh, okay. All right, I think I fixed it. Do you guys say something?
We just said GG's, man. Take us back through the race. What were you thinking?
Oh, it was awful. Why do you want me to talk about it? Oh, it was awful. It was. The big mistake followed by a bigger mistake.
Yeah, the one bomb strat on Dig Dogger that unfortunately didn't pay off this time. I'll tell you what, though, the cool dynamic of this race, Darkwing, was that we were able to watch you after that mistake, and then Amo, who's putting up, he was coming into level 7, after that mistake, after level 2, he was minus 30 on his splits going into level 7, so he was having an absolutely phenomenal race for himself, but watching you kind of run him down was a really cool part for chat and for us to watch in the race.
Oh, Well, yeah, I have him up, so I knew where he was. I knew I was behind going into 9. I knew I'd caught up in after 5. Let's see. He finished 2 as I was entering it, something about that. So that's what I wasn't sure how much that is, like a minute and a half, something like that. And I'm like, I finished well. I got a good chance of winning. I thought about it. I know you guys said his PB was like in the mid 32s. At some point, right before I muted you guys and just went with the race. And I knew, I was plus. Let's see, what was it on? I had my averages up. It was plus 230 after 5. So that was a 32-15 or so if I played average to my average splits, which I felt gave me a good shot at winning anyway. So I was upset, and I learned from last tournament to not let one mistake completely ruin how I felt about a run. In this case, too, the 5 rupee mistake, and then the dig dog or death, and then just if I played well, I still felt I would win if I did it properly. What I had in my mind is if he's got me up, he's nervous because he's well ahead. And not that many people have better 9s than I do. Although mine was pretty bad today. I hit split really late, but probably about 15 seconds late. So still pretty bad at 5:30, but yeah, I felt I still had a good shot at winning, so long as I played fine. And for the most part, I played fine. I know probably everybody was worried about level 9 at the end, but I wasn't actually. I was a little bit concerned about getting knocked left on Ganon, but I wasn't really concerned about dying otherwise. So long as I got the first hit, he didn't even need to stun. I didn't need to stun lock him after the first hit. If he would have moved away after the first hit on the left side, it would have been fine. I was not in any danger. It's a pretty easy fight if you're in the right position.
Yeah, we do see Amo now finishing this up. He is in Ganon's room right now. You saw there that, even though he grabbed that potion and that type of thing, once the nerves kind of shook off, you saw what he can do in level 9. So the skill is absolutely there. He could have had a decent one for himself, but I think what you're seeing there is, man, I'm in a race with Darkwing. And you saw that kind of get to him in 9, unfortunately. But he's going to take out Ganon. He's sitting there kind of in the safety corner, does put the silver arrow in him. Chat, get your GGs out. We're going to have a finish here by Amo. He's going to be in second place. And he's going to finish with an official SRL time of 39 minutes and 47 seconds.
Where did he die? In 9? I stopped looking at that point.
He
I was
died
focusing on mine.
the first time. He died in 2. Did he die to Patra 2 the first time?
Yeah, Patra 2 went southeast on him and was kind of aggressive, and so he took a couple bops and just couldn't get out of the middle of them.
Okay.
And then he died to Patra 1 and maybe one other time. Then goes and gets a potion south of 1 and doesn't use it until he's Patra 2B. And that was just as a safety thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
we are going to try to get Amo in here as well to join us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Darkwing, you advancing now. I know you weren't very pleased with your performance in this, but advancing to 2-0, just the same as any other way. I know average times do play a factor in here, but your average time is now 31, so still pretty solid.
Yeah, so long as I have the next 3 are good, you can have an outlier. Yeah. I'm upset though because I had such a decent level 3 and then I didn't come out of 4 very well. But everything was fine after 1. I was really slow after 1 and then just had the debacle on the 5 rupee. I knew I was where I was at, and as soon as I shot that beam storm, I'm like, why am I doing that? I'm always worried about getting hit from top right, Tektite coming down, but I fired a shot anyway, and like it's gonna hit up there, and it did, and that kind of put me in a bad spot. And fortunately, the spawns kept the same in 5 after doing all that trekking around, but it didn't matter.
I did want to ask, what were your splits you were running against? The 29, 40, whatever it was.
Average.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just average.
It's a ridiculous average, man.
Well, it's it's only for completed runs.
No,
so-
I know, but still, I'm looking at that going, oh my
I mean, you're gonna go now. Let's go ahead and do it now. It's now 30-27, so it's pretty bad.
We are joined by Amo in here. Amo, man, I know that's not the way you wanted to end it, but I'll tell you what, man, freaking G, man, that was a great run. You gave this everything you had going into 9.
Hey, thanks Redbird. Thanks for the GG. Yeah, I was on PB pace on my way into level 9 and at least 30 seconds ahead around level 7, level 6. Patcher 2 was not very friendly.
No, he got aggressive really quick, and sometimes you get in that southeast corner, you think you can kind of wait him out and he'll go north, but he attacked right away, and the only escape there is either through the door or through the stairs, and you couldn't get to either one.
Yeah, I did get stuck there for sure. I didn't have a great wizard room going in, but even with that, I felt pretty good going in that I could just clip past him, but he wasn't having it.
Yeah, and we were talking about this after you went and got the potion. Darkwing had finished. All the pressure was off, and we got to see you really just start to blast through level 9, going in, not using with 3 hearts and just killing it. Did a great job on the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty confident going into level 9, which is why I didn't pick up the potion in the first place. So, of course, when you have the potion, sometimes you play a little bit more confidently or a little bit more aggressively. And so certainly that top half, I had a good reverse C once I finally got in there. And I felt pretty good about it, that closing it out.
I do want to ask one question. I got to bounce here after this question because I got a race coming up in 15 minutes myself. But did you have Darkwing up during the race?
No, I didn't have his stream up at all.
So just to kind of fill you in on how the race did and the ebb and flow of this, Darkwing actually took a death to Dig Dogger in 5, and you had about a minute and a half lead at that point and through 2. And then Darkwing slowly was starting to come back, and it was kind of one of those, can Amo keep the lead? So if you watch this back, it's really kind of a cool dynamic to watch this entire race all the way through.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a rewatch. Again, I was on a good pace relative to my PB starting off. So yeah, GG Darkwing.
Yeah, I had you up, so I knew where I stood. So just it was surprising to look over and see nothing. I was hoping you were running against averages or something, but I was pretty sure it wasn't averages when I had your stream up, and it's nothing but you use green, I think, for good splits. So I'm like, okay. So all I could hope for was you to come down a little bit at that point.
GG's to both of you guys again. I got to bounce. I'm sorry I didn't want to cut you off, but Liquid, thanks for calling it with me. And Darkwing, great race, and Amo as well. So GG's to you guys, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Thanks, Redbird. Good luck on your race.
All right, we do thank Redbird Grad for joining us in there. He is racing immediately after this on this same exact channel against Dark Magician. Darkwing, Amo, any last thoughts here before we get set up for that?
Hard to say. Yeah, I can't think of anything that isn't just being somewhat pedantic. So,
Well, we thank you for your time.
yeah. I mean, I could go off for another 20 minutes, but I'm trying to be reserved here.
Right. Well, we look forward to your next race certainly.
I will say quick though that I had to really bear down because I saw what Amo was doing, and after I'd made my mistakes, so that was probably the most focused I'd been on a run in quite a while.
Well, I'm glad I had the pressure on you at least for a little bit.
Yeah, it was definite pressure.
Well, yeah, GG again. Good luck going forward, and maybe I'll run into you again in that bracket stage.
Yeah, win a lot, so I get a whole lot of Buckholz points.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Darkwing looking to play the BCS here the best he can. Well,
Yeah.
again, thanks, guys. Fantastic run by both of you. This has been one of the more exciting races so far in the tournament, and we look forward to seeing more great stuff from both of you in the coming weeks.
Thanks, Liquid.
All right, thank you.
All right, and with that, we'll take a short break to regroup, and in about 10 or 15 minutes, we will have our next race right here on JSR2 Gamers channel. I'm pretty sure I knew what they were. I just want to verify. Yeah, it is in fact Redbird Grad versus Dark Magician 1184. I'll be back with you here for that one. So, go grab some popcorn, get a water or a soda, and we'll be right back.
Okay.